Hello, guys. We are back. This is the second episode we're recording today.
I like doing 2 episodes in one
Yeah.
sitting. I feel like it's just so much easier for us too.
Yeah, we're going to continue to do this. So now that we'll be posting the videos, you will see,
Us in the same outfits.
yeah, for both.
That's why now every time I try to come here, I try to wear something different.
Yeah, but it's also, hopefully I should be getting a job really soon. I've had some good leads on a couple roles. So being that it's going to get a little, that I will be working soon, it's going to get a little harder for us to meet
Schedule, yeah.
like weekly. So we're probably going to try to
Even now, like meeting weekly without a job is pretty
yeah, it's still a little difficult. So we're gonna try to meet twice a month, try to pre-schedule it so that we have our dates set, and when we meet, record two, get it over with.
We're organized girlies.
Yeah. We are wrapping up that relationship series. A lot of our past few episodes have been on just all sorts of like relationships and person to person communication. And now we're going into different topics. Today, specifically being self care, social resets, and mommy breaks. We're going to talk about what self care looks like to the both of us, what a social reset looks like to me, and what does a mommy break look like for Sarah.
Yeah.
That's funny. On this show, I feel like we don't say each other's names. Like I just said Sarah, and I feel like I should have said to our mommy. But yeah, so
yeah, we never say our names
ever. Let's jump right in. Self care.
Self care. I feel like the only thing I really do for self care is I get a facial every month. That's my self care. But that is good self care. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I do spend
self-care.
Like
you feel
freaking
good.
Expensive self care.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get a facial every month at my place in Paramus. Shout out to Elysium Aesthetics and my girl Kat. I actually have one on Thursday, so I'm excited for that. It's about like an hour long. It's nice because I always joke with her. I'm like, wow, like me closing my eyes for this hour is like the most silence I get every month.
Yeah. What's it like? What's the vibe in there like? Like, do they play, like when I used to get my lashes done, they played like this weird, like meditation kind of music.
She literally just says like, Alexa, like play meditation music.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, and it's dim, but the LED lights on you, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I know. So it is nice. I just get there.
Do they, like, do you take off your shirt? Like, do they like
sometimes
do everything from here? Oh, it depends
like
what
sometimes
you're getting.
like it depends what I'm wearing. I think that's what it comes down to. So if I'm wearing sweats, it's easy to take on and off. But if I'm wearing like leggings and like a tight shirt, I like they give you a robe and everything, but I'm like, I just like don't feel like doing this.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just get right under the covers in my clothes and I don't.
Got it.
Yeah. So it really depends on just me and like how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
But they give you they don't care. It's just like whatever.
Before anybody on the internet decides to come for my mommy on her parenting skills and letting her daughter drink iced coffee, it's not even coffee, okay? So cut it out, mind your business. Anyway, so
yeah, that's what I do once, and that's every single month. I've been doing that since I was probably like 24, before even I had kids, and that's just like the one thing too. Like even now, like when we do our budget, like that's in our budget. I'm like, I am not
as it should be. You should have
so
something.
It's like even like I don't get my nails. Like that's like the one thing that I do. I don't get my nails done monthly.
No lashes.
No lashes. Yeah, it's literally just a facial for. That's why I look so young. And speaking of looking young, you already know where I'm going with this. So a couple episodes ago, I talked about the white socks and how these white socks bring me down.
Oh, they're pretty clean.
These white socks bring me down like 10 to 15 years.
Hold on. You know what's really funny? So I actually grew up always wearing black socks. Like, and my mom always used to keep black socks on my brother and I because we come from a big family. We would always take off our shoes. We would always be running in the house. And it was like the black socks would just look cleaner after you wash them. Like you can't see the lint on them as much. And then I started dating my boyfriend now. And I remember he used to be like, your black socks are black Air Force energy. Now, if you're on the internet at all, you know that is not a compliment. Like, that's like, are you calling me a country ghetto person? Like, so I, at first, in the beginning of us dating, like, I was really offended by that. And I was like, I gotta get rid of all my black socks. But then I look at his socks, and his white socks are like crusty and dusty. And I'm like,
I think what it is too is because, I mean, for me at least, the only piece of clothing that's white is my socks. Like, so I know some people, when they do laundry, they do all the whites together.
Me,
but like,
right.
my laundry would be like just
socks.
So
Yeah.
like, I just do all my laundry together.
Yeah.
And like, when you do that, they don't stay crisp.
Yeah.
They don't
And
stay
like,
as white.
I have white, like the white Nike socks that everybody else has too, but I bought them more so for like outfits because I like wearing them with like sweat shorts and sneakers, or you know what I mean, like more so for like an aesthetic versus like my sock preference, my overall.
Well, that's what my aesthetic has been, white socks.
Exactly.
Like I'll do like with the millennials. Too.
Yeah.
The white socks like over the leggings with the Uggs, or like even with the sweats with the Uggs.
Yeah.
And like I've been convinced like ever since I turned 30. That's when 30.
That's when
I started doing it, and like ever since, like people just think I'm like 10 to 15 years younger. And my next compliment comes from a 6-year-old, and we said kids do not lie.
Yeah.
Like they humble you real quick. So I was at her mom's house, and this is her niece. I was leaving New Year's Eve. I had my keys in my hand. I'm about to walk out the door. She looks at me like she was like confused, like me leaving. And she goes,
she's 6.
And she goes, oh, you could drive by yourself? She probably thought I was like a 12-year-old.
Yeah. And Sarah swears it's the white socks.
It is.
I'm like, Sarah, like there's 12-year-olds that are bigger than you.
Well, besides the white socks too, I was literally wearing basically the same outfit that I wore the last time I got the compliment when someone thought I was 22, with the white socks, the leggings, and the sweatshirt.
Amelia.
This is literally like kids. Some toddlers have stuffies. This is her emotional support stuffy.
I mean, it's cheaper than a Stanley.
She doesn't even like, her sips are like not even really like a sip.
Yeah.
She just likes holding it is what it comes down to.
It's
and like
fine.
even at
she's
home,
okay.
even
I'll
at
watch
home
her.
too,
Don't
like
worry about it.
I freak out about that too. Like when she's silent, like I'll go run in, and like it was so cute. Yesterday, she put the coffee like on, like I had like a little thing like this. She like puts it on the coaster because she knows like not to leave it. But that's her emotional support.
That's fine. She's
Yeah.
holding it pretty safely. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your self-care,
self-care.
facials.
Yeah, because it's like as a mommy too, it's like my sleep is just like constantly broken. Like I feel like it's never the same every single night. Mostly because like right now too, like my husband's on nights. So like when he's on nights, like a lot of the times the kids will just sleep with me, and they're like kind of annoying sometimes.
And sleep affects everything. It affects your skin, it affects your metabolism, it affects your emotional health.
Mood.
Yeah, like everything. If you're not getting at least 7 hours of solid sleep, you are struggling in some aspect in your life. I believe that. I stand by it. If you don't believe me, try it out. Like, I truly feel really bad for people that have so much like sleep issues, like so many sleep issues. I
like not even about the kids. It's just like
I need my sleep. Need it to function.
So last night was a little rough because when they like come in bed with me, like they just want to play. So like I feel like so it's like I feel like just in general, like it's just inconsistent sleep.
Yeah.
So that's like another reason why I get my facials, because I'm like, just make me look like I sleep. That's like what my goal is. Just make me look like I sleep every night.
Yeah.
And she does a great job. Love her.
Yeah.
That's like just what I do.
Good.
Like, you know, like it's also like, who needs a therapist if you go get facials and have an esthetician?
Mm-hmm.
You just tell them your problems and everything. Not problems, you just tell them you vent about life, and like difference between a therapist and an esthetician is your esthetician will just agree with you.
Yeah. Amelia, put that back in there. She took the straw out the cup. You notice how as soon as I said, I'm not worried about her. Okay, it's mine. Yeah. Here, I'm going to give you something else. Wait. Sorry, world. We just need... Here. This is a pilon. You use this to smash garlic. You can play with that. Okay, well, I'll leave that
Give it
there
to the dog.
anyway.
Give it to the dog.
This is part of a tool I use to mix. Here, this is part of a tool that I use to mix batter and stuff with. Okay, I'm gonna give you that too. Here are 2 straws. Here, Amelia. Jex just smacked her with his tail. Okay, I'll leave those right there. Oh, I guess you do want those, huh?
So my daughter's full name is Amelia, and like no one calls her that because she's named after my mom, and my mom doesn't even go by that. We all call her Leah besides her, and if it wasn't you, anyone else, I would be like,
who's Amelia?
Yeah, but like I don't even care with her. I think I have 3 kids when I'm with you because you're like, oh, who's this Amelia girl you're talking about?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever called her Leah once.
You did once.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe once.
Literally once.
But that's the name of my dermatologist. So I like Leah. So I'm like, I know
what you mean because I feel like when you know someone for so long and you know them and like that's their name, and then you meet like someone else, it's like that's not your name.
Yeah. That can't be. I already know one. I only have mental capacity for one.
I know that's how I am too. Like I have friends like their full name, and like everyone calls them by the nickname, but I just call them full name.
Yeah. Thank you.
But yeah.
Okay,
so
this episode's all over the place.
Thursday, I'm so excited for Thursday. That's my next
self-care.
facial. So hopefully all this, my face just looks better. And it's funny too because like I said this to you, but I feel like the reason why my face is so bad is also because of my other form of self-care, which is getting coffees every single day. That's like what my self-care is too.
So it's like your 2 self-cares are contradicting each other.
Yes.
One of them is ruining your skin, the other one is fixing us.
So it's like, is that ever going to get better? Probably not, but that's probably why everyone makes money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I've said this. My New Year's resolution was supposed to be not getting coffees anymore. Today is January 9th. Temptation is now 8. Mommy, 0. That $2 iced coffees really get me every single day. But yeah.
My self-care looks a little different. I used to think when I had a job, I used to think that self-care was every time I got my lashes done, every time I got my nails done, something to that extent. Whereas now I'm kind of like not doing any of those things solely just from like a sacrificial perspective, right? Got to save money. So I'm my self-care now, which I actually think is actually self-care, because the lashes and the nails, now that I think back on it, now that I went without it, have never been about self-care for me. Like, you know how you say that's the only time you get like an hour of silence or whatever? Like for me, that was always like, well, I have to get this to look good. Whereas now, from not having them, I realize like, sorry, but my confidence comes from within. I know I am sexy. I know that I am fine. And I don't need those things, you know? Anyway, but yeah.
So what's your self-care?
My self-care is a quiet Sunday, 100%. My self-care is when you call me, I don't pick up. When Dana calls me, I don't pick up. When my mom...
Do not disturb on like your phone.
Right. And I go to church. And I come here and I maybe order in. I watch my shows, like an actual rest day. I come from a huge family. I have a ton of friends, and it is when I give my focus to something, I give all my focus to it. So I am the friend that I'm not the friend that can keep talking on the phone. I'm the friend that's like, okay, like I gotta go look out the window. Like I need to hang up, because otherwise, if I'm on the phone talking, I'm literally handicapped. I'm standing there and I'm talking to you, and we're talking, and I like our conversation, but I'm not getting anything else done. I'm not doing anything that I enjoy. I'm literally just like blah 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 blah. So that for me, it's definitely like a quiet Sunday, and 30 years later, I realized like that's something that if you go to church, that's like one of the first things they tell you, right? It's part of the 10 Commandments, like keep holy the Sabbath, right? Like filling yourself with like faith, if faith is your thing, not pushing a Jesus agenda on anybody by any means on this podcast, at least. I do that on Tuesdays. It is it is Tuesday. But anyway, that's not what I'm doing here. But what I'm saying is when you do believe in like when your faith is Christianity, they literally tell you need to rest. Like it's important to rest. God demands it. And when you rest, you are supposed to like give feelings of thanksgiving, which is gratitude and worship and praise and all of that. Like be grateful for what you have. I recently read something. I'm reading a book right now. It's called Girls with Swords. I've had it for years and I never read it just because I always buy books and never read them. What's he eating? Oh, it's okay. That's not actually a toy. That's used to smash garlic, but I can understand why you thought it was a stick. That was my bad. I guess I'll just throw that out now. Anyway, real time.
Hopefully you don't have to crush garlic.
No, it's fine. I literally.
And it's from Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Jax.
It's okay. I literally never use it to crush garlic.
It's more like decoration.
Yeah,
Here, look
yeah.
this.
Like, well, that's garbage too. Now, no, I'm just kidding. I lost my train of thought, but yeah, like rest is so. Anyway, so I'm reading that book now, and something that they say in there is like they feel really bad for people who don't believe in any like. It's like a quote from some philosopher or something where it says like, I pity the person who doesn't believe in anything because when they realize that they're grateful, who are they grateful to? Right. So like,
that's a good quote.
Yeah. I think that's what my Sundays kind of been, focused on. Like a quiet Sunday to me is like focusing on everything I'm grateful for and just winding down. That's what my self-care looks like. Along with that, I want to go into mommy breaks. Like, I don't think a self-care day, this is an outside perspective. I'm not a mom. This is only an opinion. But I don't think a self-care day or days is a break. I think a
Oh no, that's a necessity.
That's it. Yeah, I think a self-care day is something that you need to be a good mom, to be a good wife, to be a good just human in society.
That's literally a necessity. Like I said, like that's why like it literally is like into our budget because I'm like that's like a part of like life now.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just what it is.
So, what does a mommy break look like for you, and how often do you get them?
So my husband goes to the gym, and I think like the most important advice that I could give, or just the best advice I could give is like if your husband goes to the gym, find a gym that has childcare because then it's a break for him and it's a break for you. So like he'll take the kids to the childcare there. And I literally just like lay in bed and just like sit and like relax.
Scroll on
like,
TikTok.
Yeah, basically that's what I do. Like I don't I mean as long as I don't have like other chores and stuff I need to do, but like that's literally what I do. I just sit there. Yeah. I'm like that's my break. Like I just need to like not be touched, not be doing anything and just like laying without like someone on top of me.
So now I feel like this has to have happened at least once. How do you feel if this has happened? I feel like it has to have. And I feel like you might have told me about it, but I can't remember a specific instance right now. But like, how do you feel if like your husband goes to the gym, brings the kids with the intentions on him getting his break to work out, to exercise, to do what he likes to do to unwind, and then you getting your break to just like lay down for a second in silence? How do you feel if he comes back from that break?
He knows better to not even bring that up to me because he knows like I will stop.
And
that
like
right
to
there.
say like, oh, they weren't good. They called me. I had to cut my workout short or something like.
Yeah. I think like the first time that he started it, he like used to be like, yeah, you know, like I'll take them, give you like he used to say like give you a break, and I'm like, you're not. It's not like or like he'll be like, yeah, I watch the kids all morning, but like him watching the kids all morning is like driving to the gym, dropping them off in childcare, going to the gym, picking them up, driving back home, and then he'll say like, yeah, I watched the kids all morning. But I'm like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, someone else actually did. Yeah. Who gets paid by the gym.
Yeah. So then like I ended up real quick. What do you want? Yeah. So I ended up real quick. He knows better now to not say that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I have an LLIPOP.
It's okay. She'll just hold it for now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I forgot what your question was.
Like, how do you feel about that?
It's just like too. Like I tell him like, you going to work is your break. Like, you know, obviously police officers like it's a very.
But there's downtime even in that job. There's downtimes in every job. I don't care what anybody says.
Besides being a mom.
I literally, truly from the bottom of my heart don't care what anybody says. You can have the most stressful job on the freaking planet. I don't even know what that would be. But like the most stressful job on the freaking planet.
A mom.
But like you're still going to have downtime. Yeah. Like a mom's downtime is when her kids are like napping maybe. But even then you have to kind of be on guard. Like are they falling off the bed? Are they like breathing? Are they like moms always have that underlying anxiety? Even as a nanny, I had it. Like when kids were napping, I would like check the cameras or I would go in like
you still have to do other things. Like you have like to clean up the mess that they just made beforehand.
Kitchen, laundry, like
I literally do laundry.
Get their snacks ready for when they wake up. Get like their clothes ready for when they wake. Like whatever it is.
Yeah. So he has a lot of downtime at work, and like I tell him like that's your break.
Yeah.
And it's so funny too. So I was just talking to, I was on FaceTime with him and his coworker yesterday. His coworker just had a baby, and yesterday was his first day back. And I said, all right, question of the day, what's easier, being at work or being at home? And you already know what answer he said. Mm-hmm. Being at work.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I had to get out of the house. I'm like, well, now at least like you're getting a taste of like what moms do when like just getting out of the house. And like by getting out of the house too, like that, I think that's why I get so much coffee, because I'm like, it just gives me something to do to get out of the house.
Right. So Chris actually sent me something. I think I forwarded it to you. There was an article that came out. Well, he's the one who sent it to me.
Okay.
And there
look at ours. I feel like ours would be so much.
Yeah, because him and I talk a lot. There was an article that came out. I'll read you guys the headline and I'll tell you where it's from once I find it.
Where do you want to go?
Right here. Pubity came out with an article. Survey says staying home. Okay, we're going. Survey says staying home with your kids is more stressful than going to work. A 2018 Aveeno baby survey. Aveeno's a big company. Their surveys, their science, their statistics, I trust it. With 1,500 UK parents revealed that 31% find being a stay-at-home parent is more challenging than a full-time job. Interestingly, 45% of women felt they couldn't care for an infant without their mom's advice. Social media pressure was noted, with 71% feeling it intensifies parenting competition. Worries ranged from child development to eating habits and sleep patterns. Despite challenges, 42% stated parenthood marked their first experience of unconditional love.
Yeah.
That was like a mouthful, but what's the matter? What do you need? Okay, let me look for one. Let's look for one. Sit down.
Can you sit down? Just give her one of those. She'll just suck on it.
It's too small.
Isn't it like a chewy thing? She won't put it all in her mouth. She'll hold it.
Here, look at the size.
Yeah, she'll hold it.
Okay. Well, we just gotta watch her.
Look, it's a lollipop.
You don't want it? Okay. Let's see. What do you want? Mild sauce from Taco Bell? Okay, here. There you go. She's got good taste, that girl. I'm literally checking my junk drawer for like a miscellaneous lollipop.
I know, you probably have one in your car from Chris.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, I feel like my big downtime is literally just when he takes the kids to the gym, because that's like the only time where they're both out of the house. And no, this is sauce. You're not. I'm not opening it. You just play. You just play.
You want to taste it? It's hot. Here. You wanted it open. I just lifted my finger and I have a high chew in my mouth. High chew and Taco Bell sauce.
Not a match.
Yeah, not a match at all. So yeah, that's mommy break and self-care are two different things.
And I feel like too, like when you have a kid, I mean, for the most part, that's your decision. So like I knew that, you know, every day is not a break for me. Like I knew that going into it.
Whether you're a stay-at-home mom or not.
Yeah, like your expectations have to be.
You're so loud. Oh
your expectations have to be like, you know, this is just like your life. Like you need to just let her hold it. Yeah. You want it?
Take the whole box.
Here, hold it.
Your expectations.
Your expectations like have to be that, like, you know, you're not you're not going out every single day. You can't like see your friends whenever you want to see your friends. You can't go out for drinks whenever you want to go for happy hour with your friends. You can't like do all the things that you used to do before you had kids because you have a kid. Like that's your priority.
Yeah, the life that you knew it no longer exists when you decide to be a parent.
Exactly.
It's really sad when, like, you know, people decide to be parents and then realize afterwards that, like, oh shit, like this isn't what I actually wanted for my life, because it's like, it's really not about you anymore. Like someone else who's like innocent, who didn't choose this life,
like you is now
now dealing with like your dissatisfaction with them. Yeah. If you are a parent and you think that your kid cannot tell when you are sad, angry, stressed, you are
kids are like the biggest
highly delusional.
Right,
empaths. Yeah. You are highly delusional. Like your kid is feeding off of all of that, and when your kid is acting out, a lot of the times it's because
of the energy that you're putting in.
Right. Your reaction bounced back to them. So if you're stressed, they're stressed, and they're like, what can I do for attention? What can I do as a distraction? Oh, mommy's stressed. I'm going to spill this because I'm anxious too. Like, although they can't communicate it, that's definitely how they're acting. You're probably watching this right now and being like, what does this girl with no kids know about kids? Blah, blah, blah. But this, like, children are actually my life. Like, I think that's what I was born on this earth.
You're literally a mommy without kids.
I was born on this earth to, one, be a mom one day, and two, to, like...
That's how I feel, too.
To love children. Yeah. Like, I don't... To love children, and maybe one day, like, you know... be a serving. I think I was like meant to be a wife too, but primarily a mom. And I feel like I started from the beginning. Like I had so much interest in like midwifery and becoming a doula, because I was like, it's just such a fascinating concept to me. Like from the beginning, from like the moment of insemination, like everything that the woman's body does and all the changes it has to go through and all the hormones that are, you know, dealt with, that just like, I don't think get enough kind of consideration as it might deserve.
Finish that one.
And then to move on to like having the baby, and then what happens to your body after you have the baby, physically and emotionally and like mentally, and then to move on after that to like, you know, what happens when you're raising this baby and you're no longer in postpartum, but now you have to worry about developmental things and marriage and other, like, it spirals. And I am not only fascinated in it, but I love like educating myself on it. I love looking more and more at like studies about it, and I love looking at how other parts of the world view it. And I think the most beautiful thing about it is that no matter where you are in the world, even in third world countries, they kind of, everyone recognizes the like strain that
Except
women-
America, because America's literally like the worst when it comes to
right. America,
maternity
yeah.
leave.
America recognizes it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
It's like
they don't care.
Right.
How can I profit off of this?
Right. Yeah, so I love that. I love that we got to talk about mommy breaks a little bit. And I really hope that, like, if you're a mom listening to this, that you recognize self-care is a necessity and a mommy break should be a necessity, but it's also like something that should not be as often as self-care. Like
Yeah.
or it's not that it should not be as often as self-care, but like it's probably not going to be. But that's
Like
a choice.
Yeah, a mommy break is different than a mommy break, basically. Like, because it's like you have a kid that you have to prioritize before yourself.
Right.
In that sense.
Like my breaks, I don't even call them breaks because like what am I taking a break from? You know what I mean? I call them social resets.
Yeah.
I need a social reset because I love being social. And like I said, I come from a big family, but the same way I described my self-care being a quiet Sunday, I also know that like my anxiety increases, my eating habits get worse, my constipation gets really bad, like if I'm on a go schedule. So like my social reset is like, even if when I had a job, even if I have work that day, even if I, still have my errands to run, going food shopping, like cleaning my house, I have to do laundry. But just knowing that, like, I can't pick up your call today.
Yeah.
Like, knowing that, like, mentally, I need my social reset. I don't have enough in me to be social because if I decide to be social, when I hang up, I'm filled with anxiety. I'm not sleeping well that night. I'm writing down a to-do list, which I write every single day. That's literally just pages long. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's not good for me as a human in society. Because then my fuse is shorter.
Yeah.
I'm not performing the best. I'm spilling shit. I'm not right. So it's like,
I
don't call it a break. I just call it a reset.
I like that.
Whereas yours is a break because when you choose to have children, there's no off of the work.
It's so funny too because I like when my husband's off of work and like let's say he's feeding the kids or something like that, and like I can hear him in the other room like struggling or like needing help, and he'll like ask me for help, and I'll be like, I'm on my 15. Like I'm on break. Don't talk to me. I'm not getting paid for this right now.
And I mean, like aside from even you being on break, right? Like as his role as a dad, he needs to experience that too.
It's like
to fully grasp parenthood, you need to have that like flustered, like
figure it out.
Everything's going wrong. Like you need those moments.
That's so funny. But speaking of mommy breaks too, I think like if you're in a relationship too with your partner, or like if you're in the relationship with your kids, like if you're in the relationship, you need to also have like time for you and your partner.
Yeah,
because that's also a break. Like just you two.
Yeah.
With the kid.
Are you in the frame?
I am.
Okay.
It's the whole table.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I told you. Unless it's just new co-host.
At least you guys are dressed alike. They won't be able to tell the difference. She looks 12 or she looks 2. Like, what is it? Yeah.
But
Amelia, you got expensive taste, girl.
Yeah, like I feel like with dads, like their break, like it's not really necessarily them doing stuff on their own, but it's like them doing stuff with their partner by themselves, like just them and the partner by themselves. Yeah. Okay.
Garbage. Can you say please? Thank you. Very good. Yeah, I actually loved this episode.
It's nice.
I love it. I love the change of space.
Say it out loud too, because a lot of the times, like I feel like when it comes to like taking breaks and stuff, you don't realize too like you need it.
Do you ever feel guilty sometimes?
No.
Good.
I know. Some people have like the mom guilt. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I don't know. I feel like I'm with my kids every single day, so it's like. I feel like the one time
she's also never taken. Her son is gonna be 4, right? Travis is gonna be 4.
Yeah.
In June.
June.
And Sarah's never taken a trip like overnight without
the
without
only time
her kids.
like I feel like the one time I actually felt really not even guilty, but like I was like sad mostly, was when I was in the hospital giving birth to her, because that was like the first I was in the hospital because I had like complications. I was there for like 5 days, and it was like the longest 5 days because I was like I have not seen my other kid in 5 days.
But that's
Like,
not a
that's
break.
when-
That's like her body was working.
Yeah.
Working.
But I felt bad that like I wasn't there,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
That was the only time you felt like guilt. But
was-
yeah.
yeah.
So I guess that's that. But my point was because you've never
And like it's fine. I know
intentionally left them.
I know some moms like they do, which is like fine, like
Yeah.
to a point. Like,
And
not every
eventually
other
you
weekend.
will. We were talking about something recently that's
Yeah,
going
my friend's
on.
having a 30th birthday.
Yeah, you're gonna go soon. We're almost done. We're
Don't you
wrapping
love
up our
how she,
second
like,
episode.
She would just like tell us her feelings. I mean,
Yeah,
she doesn't want to be here
she's
anymore.
literally yelling, "Go, go, go!" Like
Like,
she's
she wants to go
done.
home.
She's done.
You want to go home? Do you want to go home? Do you want to stay?
Yeah, she doesn't know what she wants right now. But like,
Yeah, my friend's having a 30th birthday where she lives, which is not in New Jersey. So that's up in the air right now. It depends.
but it's next year.
No, it's this year. Oh, yeah, this year.
Oh
June.
well, yeah, it's 2024, but it's in June. So like, Sarah brought it up to me. Like, she was just like, "Oh yeah, this person's gonna be doing this, whatever," and I was like, "You should go." One, because I actually like this friend. Like, if it was another friend that I didn't care about, I'm gonna be like, sucks to suck. You can't go. You got 2 kids. But like, because I actually really like this friend, I even offered Sarah. I was like,
I'll help Mark.
Yeah, like I'll help Mark. I can like hop in and out like with the kids. Travis is gonna literally be like 4 years old already. Like, I can always
literally just her.
take him for a little bit and Mark can just have her. Like, I feel like Travis is at that age.
Gym every day.
Yeah, I feel like Travis is at that age too where like he could use some independent time of like doing big boy things, So it's like, why not? But I encouraged it. Like, I was like, you should go. Like, it's not that there's us having this conversation. The reason I say that is because we are not by any means dissing anybody that ever takes breaks from their children. You need it. Kids will drive you up a wall. But
it's just a matter of like when it's every single day, like that's not a break anymore. That's like a lifestyle.
That's big emphasis on lifestyle.
Like if you're not with your kids every day, then like
you're not a parent.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's what it comes down to.
Right. I mean, of course, obviously, if there's like custody things and it's 50-50 or whatever,
different.
that's
But just,
different.
like,
but like, yeah.
Like I know people that like don't even live in the same state with their kid. And like,
you're not a parent.
Yeah. But then like post all like mommy quotes on like Instagram. It's like you don't even like live with your kid. So
that
yeah. You're not a parent. You're just like
you're a biological mother or biological father. But I don't there's
birth giver.
To each his own. I feel like everybody's going to have their own very strong opinions on this, but I think a parent is someone who's actually involved in their kid's life.
That's what it comes down to. Even if like there's custody issue, like
because
there's involved.
There's a lot of people that aren't biologically, a parent to someone, but they put in all the work to raise that person. Those people are parents.
Yes.
Those people deserve, the recognition that what they did was a parent's job.
Yes.
So kudos to those people, by the way. We love people that put in the love and effort to do that for someone else's kid.
Yeah.
How much time do we have? I'm just looking around my apartment.
We're at 38.
Oh, we gotta go. We gotta go. This is gonna be we're gonna get charged for this. Bye, guys. Follow us, repost. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys we're going to be this is a long episode. We are going to be opening up our doors for guests very soon. If you are interested in being a guest on our podcast, Mommy and Mommy, we encourage you to DM us, email us, whatever the case is. If you DM us, I'm probably going to be the one to ask for your email. Sarah loves to keep conversation casual and right back and forth on DM. I want to make sure that it's kept pretty professional because I think it's important that that you guys know that we will not be paying you to be here. And not only
You're
that,
doing this for free.
right. Not only that, but like we need to make sure that anybody who actually wants to be a guest understands that it's a give and take. So while we would love for you to be on the show and we open our platform for you to tell us what you'd like to talk about, we're also probably going to have our own set of requests for what we'd like to talk about. They definitely saw you, by the way. You can just walk. For what our interest would be in having you on. And we would have our own set of questions and our own things that we may want to ask you about. So we just want to have an initial conversation prior to having you on so that it's fully clear and it's fully black and white, and we're not surprising you with anything. We're not making you uncomfortable. We want this to be like a safe platform for anybody else that decides to come on. Yeah, so start thinking about it. If you're interested in, if you have a brand, if you have a podcast yourself, we encourage you to really come on ours. We would love to have you.
We'll come on yours too.
Yeah, we can go on yours too. Sarah's schedule's a little, but yeah. So that's it. We gotta end this. We're at like 40 minutes. That's crazy. Woo! We're getting confident.
Bye.
Peace out.